My life has completely changed. Admittedly, I've always had a general dislike of men. There it is. Criticize romance and relationships. You get the gist. I was even harassed in high school and college for being stuck up and not flirting and dating the swabs of low-value men. How could I ever think I deserved better?
Those who say don't know, those who know don't say. I'm done walking with the herd, it's time I go my own way.
We are back at female dating strategies on Reddit for this one, and we got a classic one for today. A journey to admit that your life won't be the same after adopting FDS principles, with the little category lesson learned. Okay, for those of you guys have never checked out this sub, you're in for a treat. Some people, still most, tend to find FDS principles fairly extreme and radical. So remember, FDS stands for Female Dating Strategies. What you can put in your mind, if you don't know what this is basically extreme feminist dating strategies. This is a feminist blog. They got a very sharp opinion on how they feel about men. So think of FDS as extreme feminist dating strategies, and they give each other advice on how to date men. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I like to go out, I like to drink, I like to twerk.
A great wall.
Some of my friends agree with some principles, but not as fully as I do. Some say I'm too sensitive and extreme. Oh well. At first, I tried to explain myself and convince them somehow, but now I simply don't react and hold my ground no matter what. Artie kind of feels like a masculine personality here. Well, let's continue, because some would say that this Reddit feminist dating strategies has basically taken their dating advice from red pill men, and they've basically tried to learn what red pill men do in dating, and they're trying to teach it to themselves. The problem is, red pill men, if you learn the right advice, learn female nature and what works with female nature. These, FDS girls, their feminist dating strategies, they don't understand that men and women are different, so they're trying to adopt the strategies that high-value men use, and they try to adopt them themselves, but guess what? It doesn't work. It turns off men. The biggest lesson I learned from FDS is to stick to your standard if you believe in that. Let's be honest, your dating life may not be easier than before. You might lose some friends or people along the way. Your friends might not understand you. Why? Because now you have a standard. You don't lower your bar. You don't compromise with mediocre men. You take no crap. You call them out on their BS or low-value behaviors. You value yourself. You put yourself first. All right, well, let me be fair for a moment and say, well, shoot, Adam, if you're going to make fun of this advice, this is what a lot of red pill advice is for men. Don't lower your bar. Don't compromise. Don't take crap from women. Call them out on their BS. Value yourself. Put yourselves first. That is advice that red pill men get. Also, men going their own way get that type of advice. So we could look at this and go, well, hey, Adam, if you're going to call that out, you're being a hypocrite. However, men and women are different. Surprise. So this right here is going to end up making her unhappy in the long run. I'll break it down after this last part here, but just remember this part right here. Let's be honest, your dating life may not be easier than before. Just remember that. We'll get back to that. I learned to be true to myself. I learned to love myself more. It's been tough and it will be. You might feel like you chose the difficult path because it's different. It might make you sad and frustrated from time to time, but trust me, you will grow out of this journey. You'll meet new people who share the similar value as you. but most importantly, you will discover new you. Cheers to all the queens out there. Stay strong.
I like to go out, I like to drink, I like to twerk.
A great wall.
Stay strong. Everything you're hearing in this post, like the word stay strong, all that, it's like masculinized language, right? Be strong. Put yourself first. Don't take any crap. Call them out. That is all masculinized behavior. You guys, right? You see what is happening. Remember, FDS, think feminist dating strategies. These angry feminists that want to be men now want to date like men date. But there's a problem with it. Well, let's talk about it. Back to this one right here. Let's be honest, your dating life may not be easier than before. All right, that is actually accurate. You know why? Because what FDS is teaching women to do, it's teaching women to think like men, to date like men. Now, these women that date these men that have this attitude of take no crap, call them out, put yourself first, right? These FDS women chase those type of men because women are attracted to strong masculine men that don't give in, men that don't submit to them. So women are attracted to that. So therefore, right, they adopted the same type of strategies thinking, well, if they can do that to us, we can do it to them. Here's the problem. All right. So women have adopted this masculinized, you can call it like an alpha mindset almost. Well, when they run into another strong masculine man like they're attracted to, that man instantly looks for polarity in the woman. He looks for a feminine woman, a complement to him. He sees another masculinized man basically talking to him. So these FDS women turn into these hard men, and now the men that they want most want nothing to do with them because they're like gross. It's like we all know, right? You're just like, ew, this girl has this really ingrained feminist ideology. That's pretty gross. Bye. We don't want anything. Maybe, okay, you want to come over? Great. Maybe we'll sleep together, but I don't want anything serious with you. Your mindset is flawed. So these women keep getting passed around by these high value men, getting more and more angry, and then it gets worse, guys. It gets worse because women can easily get dates and sex no matter what. Doesn't matter what woman it is. She's a 5 out of 10 on the scale. She can easily get dates and sex from a lot of different men. She could go out to the bar and she could get sex from higher value men just because they're willing to do it for a night. But women have this thing called a hypergamy inside of them. This is another very, very important difference between men and women, is that a woman has this thing called hypergamy, which is a biological survival mechanism that basically allows her to hold out for the highest status man to protect and provide for herself and her children, past or future. So think about this. If a woman gets pregnant, even if in her mind she wants no children, it doesn't matter. In biology, if she gets pregnant, she's going to have 9 months of some of her most vulnerable times on this earth. Being pregnant, trying to care for herself and a baby, she's going to want the highest status man to protect and provide for her. So her internal hypergamy is a survival mechanism to help her hold out and get the highest status man. But as part of this mechanism, the more she thinks that she can attain a man, so she starts going on a bunch of dates with these guys. She meets a bunch of different men. She sleeps with a bunch of different men. Her biology believes that she can attain these men because she was able to sleep with them. So therefore, her biology now sets these men, and whatever they came at her with is a new standard that she won't settle for anything less. So a guy comes and he makes $60,000 a year, takes her out, all that stuff. Now her hypergamy goes, okay, I got $60,000 locked up. Now I'm going to find a man that has more or does better. So if you think about that, the more she dates around, the more she sleeps with men, her internal hypergamy is tricked, so it sets the standard higher for the next guy. So now she doesn't even know why. Well, he was such a good guy, but the spark wasn't there. Women say this all the time. He was such a good guy, he just wasn't right for me, because her internal hypergamy has set such a crazy standard that no man can live up to it. And this gets worse and worse and worse as well, because the more men she meets and dates and sleeps around with, the higher the standards get. Well, the more she does this, the older she gets. So by the time she hits 30 years old, most modern women have been through so many men that their standards are so unrealistic that now they're hitting 30, they can't compete with the younger women out there that these high status men want. So now these women want the highest status men. That's all their hypergamy is left with, basically, because they've increased their standards so much with their fast lifestyle. But now the highest status men don't want them because there's younger, more feminine, more happy women out there. So they go for them. And now these women go through the whole life and they say stuff like this: I've learned to love myself more through this whole process. It's been tough, and it will be. You might feel like you chose the difficult path because it's different. Yeah, exactly. This is like, right, the feminist whole ideology, brainwashing women into thinking you don't want children, you don't need children, you can have your career, all that. Now they're starting to feel it. You might feel like you chose the difficult path, the wrong path. Her internal biology is going, hey, we're ready to have children. Hey, what's going on? Hey, we're ready to settle down with a man. What's going on? Why don't you have a husband yet? It might make you sad and frustrated from time to time, but trust me, trust this random feminist on the internet. You will grow out of this journey. You will meet new people, and you will discover the new you. To all the queens out there, stay strong. Keep brainwashing yourself into never being able to attain happiness with your fast lifestyle and your feminist mindset. That's what they're saying. All right, let's check out a few comments. This should be good. I haven't seen any of these yet. Most people aren't ready to admit to themselves the micro and macro stresses of entertaining low-value men. And worst of all, the time they steal from your life before, during, after dating was just not worth it for what they received in return. It's like sunken scrote fallacy. All right. Hey, many men on the opposite end are saying the same thing, so I'm not going to judge her for this statement. A lot of men are going, well, relationships aren't it. I'm not getting enough back in return these days, so I'm out.
Those who say don't know, those who know don't say. I'm done walking with the herd, it's time I go my own way.
Men are saying that, so it's totally fine if women are saying that too. The question will be, in the long run, will these women be happy? Will the men be happy? I don't know. We'll have to find out. I've lost so much time to low-value males, it breaks my heart. If I could go back in time, I wouldn't have dated any of my previous partners over the last 10 years. Sincerely mean that. I could have gotten so much more done if I wasn't constantly stressing and being down on myself from being in crap relationships. LVM sucked the life force out of vibrant women. Guys, here's a question for you. When they say low-value men, what do they mean by that? Because us red pill men would call low-value men like the weak beta-mon pussy boys. These women call low-value men the men that won't commit to them. More of like the alpha type mindset of the men. So it's all flip-flopped, guys. I'm telling you, don't try to take any type of dating advice from this blog or from this, post or whatever, or any of these posts. They have no idea about attraction because they have no idea that men and women are different. It really hit me once I hit 40 and realized I could end up having a stroke or heart attack. My narcissistic mother, who had a seriously bad temper, had a stroke in her mid-40s after getting into an altercation with somebody. Based on the findings, the fact that she didn't die was miraculous. Stress can literally kill. Imagine ending up dead or a semi-vegetable all over a loser, low-value male. That is where she's going with this. My mother, what she called a narcissist, once this lady hit 40. My mother had a seriously bad temper, had a stroke in her mid-40s after an altercation with somebody. So, therefore, yes, feminist dating strategies, you're right. You saved my life. This is so funny. All right, I don't want to read that too long. Sounds boring. I just laughed. Diet Coke out my nose. Whatever. My life has completely changed. Admittedly, okay, let's see this one. This is what we'll end with. My life has completely changed. admittedly, I've always had a general dislike of men. There it is. Criticize romance and relationships. You get the gist. I was even harassed in high school and college for being stuck up and not flirting and dating the swaths of low-value men. How could I ever think I deserved better? However, after dating a sexually abusive gaslighter, by the way, guys, right? She's going to project this onto all men. Who chose that man? You dummy. I don't spend my time with douchebag men or douchebag women. Take some responsibility for your choices. All these women complain about the men that they choose. Guess what? If I hang around a loser man, I don't hang around with him again. If he's some, emotional or some abusive or some, creepy or some liar or some sketchy dude, I just don't hang out with him again. You can do the same, ladies. Take some responsibility. Oh, wait. That won't happen. I discovered female dating strategies. I've uncovered deep trauma from my childhood. My mother and my conservative upbringing did a lot of damage. I lost my dream job straight out of college because I reported my manager for being inappropriate. I also reported racism at my second job. Both jobs have been lost. This lifestyle isn't just about no dates after 7 p.m. or having him pay on the first date. This lifestyle requires an ideology shift and self-discipline. You need to take yourself seriously so that no man will. You need to analyze society and what it has told you about your role as a woman. I've been called every name in the book because men are threatened at my no crap motto. Some pick-me's in their infancy also try to bring me down, but after a certain while, you want yourself more than anything else. Hey, I wish you luck. I wish you all will. Hey, FDS women, I wish you the best of luck in your single endeavors in the future. Guys, what the heck do you think? What do you think women will get from buying into this mindset, into this ideology? Oh boy.